Hello, welcome back to Geek Feng Shui. It's been a long time. We're hosting Game Master Bob Sellers Jr. Shout out to our friends at Chaotic Good Brewing here in Casson, Matraville, Under Pressure, Golden Valley, and South by Southeast and beautiful Pine Island are venues of similar family, pet, kid, fun-friendly places where they bring them or find them there. Saturdays, here in Casson at least, you can limber up and do yoga. Not get judged if you drink before and after, because yoga under the influence is still considered pure entertainment and not something illicit, at least in outside the Bible Belt. There's a lot of venues that are interspersed between small towns, big towns. Check them out. They have different themes, calendars for trivia, games, quilting, sewing, holiday stuff. They are there to be family friendly, not dank dark sports bars. Anyway, check them out. Any and all in your area. Check out my books at sellersjr.com, my overall website, geekfengshui.com. This channel, which I appreciate if you like, subscribe, and setting of the bell. So I took a break from doing all my boring videos of leveling, and I got 2 healers up to 70, the Troll Queen and my Paladin. And of course my Death Knight is at 80 already. And the reason I did that was couple-fold, is with Cataclysm coming up.
What do you have today?
I
Have a good day.
wanted to have
you got a contract?
content I could do of after 80 to 85.
One of our suppliers.
I didn't do Super Tuesday, I saved it for today.
I'm off. Be well, friend. You go on, I'll still be here.
Go look at the store for the freebie. I have some fun stories of healing with World of Warcraft. Nice. So we're going here. There is a thing in World of Warcraft. It's affectionately, or however you want to put it, you can't heal stupid, no matter how hard you try, or if you're spec to do it. And that is the truth. One of the things you run into is you got a lot of players that overestimate their abilities, particularly when you're going from regular Warcraft to Wrath of the Lich King level dungeons, and they run amok, literally and figuratively, and they blame the healer when they screw up, because the healers are the easiest ones to blame. And the best example I can give, when you die and are rezzed or come back, your character is on very low life. And I tell them repeatedly to eat up, because they expect you to heal them. I said, well, when I heal them, they use a mana. It is not there when they pull. And my favorite episode of that is a tank that was overpulling. What overpulling means is that you're pulling a punch. It's like in boxing, you're punching above your weight level. You don't want to be a 120-pound boxer going up against a 300-pound boxer. It just never goes well. Anyway, they just adamantly refused to eat between fights, and I would drink up and get my mana pool built up, and I'd go charging off, and I'd spend half the time trying to keep them. And then when they died and I rezzed them, they came back and they had 100 life or whatever, and they went charging into a pool and died. And then they kicked me from the car. But I mean, I didn't have a choice. I was happy to be gone. But that's not how that works. And I think what it partially comes from our guildies spoil these people. And tanks definitely don't like getting advice from healers. And they don't like to be marked, because I go in and I mark myself with a blue square, which you can is called a raid marker, because blue usually means hospital. And there's a green triangle, or green panties as it affectionately is called by players. It's like a downward green arrow that sticks out, and that's the tank. And it's just easier to follow, and it marks it because I use HealBot, so it marks it within my application. This is a good one. I think over here. It's not doing what I've been doing. Anyway, it's fun getting into these, because my characters, by that point, when you get to like level 60 is when you can start doing the Wrath of the Lich King dungeons, and you learn the gear that might have been okay during the other lower dungeons are not okay there, and you really got to slow it down. They'll go in, they'll start overpulling, and the DPS. I had a group the other night on my Paladin that their DPS just was awful. And there's a point where mana runs out, and then when that happens, they start dying. And so I kept telling them, I said, when you're going to do a pull, eat up. And they didn't. Well, the nice thing about healers is you're not in the front line. So you can be standing back when a wipe's coming, you can get out of dodge. So anyway, I went around and did some other things, and it was farming and trying to level up other, I can't remember if it was mining or whatnot, but it was like a good 20 minutes or so, which is usually long enough to avoid the groups like that. Well, no, I got in, and it was the same group. Not only that, they started mouthing off the minute we got in, chewing me off for leaving them like that. So the good thing, for those that don't know, and don't play multiplayer games maybe, is there's a thing called an ignore list. It's per character. And you're playing cross-server, so you have to do it while you're in the dungeon, otherwise it doesn't work. But when you're in the dungeon, I just send them all ignore. And what that does is that means in the dungeon finder, you're never queued with them again. And so between my pally and my priest, I have about seen it all. And it's like, well, your mana was at 70%. Yeah, it was only at 70%, given what I had been using to keep you guys alive. And it's like, come on. So I have a very low tolerance for stupid. The one distinct advantage that will come in Cataclysm over the current Wrath of the Lich King Classic is that gatherers get XP for gathering. Now, I don't consider leatherworking or skinning a gathering because it's different in that you have to often kill that which you skin. But miners and herbers and mining and herbing is about the only so where are we going next? And it might not be a lot, but if you're mining and herbing, picking flowers, it does help. But yeah, the DPS is by far the easiest to fake it during a dungeon. I did that early on when I was queuing my healer as both healer and DPS. And somehow I kept getting queued as DPS, which, at least as far as pallies are concerned, only pallies don't generally do well as DPS. It's because they're not spec'd or geared to do damage. I mean, they do some, don't get me wrong. But, so anyway, I learned not to queue as DPS and heals, or just to do DPS if I would get tired of it, because that's what I did with the Red Baroness, which is my blood DK, who is spec'd and geared to be a tank, and has tanked when the other tanks fail. I have been getting a kick out of people that tank with other specs of Death Knights. And Death Knights are weird because people don't understand. Death Knights are not like warriors in the sense that they're hitting stuff. They're casting spells. They're kind of, sort of, more spell heavy than even paladins. And so there's got to be consideration of that when you do your gearing up. Yeah, the horde on my server is just awful thick. There was one, and I forgot about it. So I saw it. I was going along, and there was like a level 62 or whatever it was, flying along on a mount up in hinterlands. I was like, what the hell? How was that possible? Well, if this bear is going to follow me, we can have some fun with this. Now the bear's their problem. It's evil to do that, but it's still fun. Almost killed the quest. So that was a bad idea. Now they realize that was a decoy. She's in trouble somehow. That's one way to do that.
Your eyes, my friend.
Didn't mean to hit the microphone there. And at this point, I'm just filling in. Oh, I must use all of it. And that's that. Easy peasy cup of Feng Shui. As we'll go up here and save. Say hello to our friends at Catagood Brewing here in Castle Manderville, under pressure in Golden Valley and south by southeast of beautiful Pine Island. Our venues of similar nature near you and yours, wherever you are at, or come visit ours. Particularly on Saturdays, you can limber up and do yoga. Not going to judge if you drink before, during, or after. But we will have video photo evidence for pure entertainment value, because it's not considered illicit activities, at least outside the Bible Belt. So, I got my books at sellersjr.com, my overall website, geekfengshui.com, and this channel, which we appreciate every like. I say like, subscribe, and say the bell. Commentary is welcome too. I will check it. If you comment and don't see it right away, it's because it's moderated, because we had a troll storm. Because of the Troll Queen, which was a story in and of itself. I've gone over ad nauseum, but she is back. We'll see if the trolls will come out to play. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Or the Klingons, anyway. Did I mention liking the video? Really helps this creator. Few and far between, views are appreciated. Small channel, big help. We appreciate you coming by. I'm going to do the less is more plan for a while and see how that plays out, as I think I was putting out too much boring content, obviously, so we will do a little bit less is more. And now that I have my healers up, you can laugh along with me at fail tanks and fail DPS groups. You can tell I have damage meters and healing, so I can tell. Anyway, have a good one. Remember, like, please. Have a good one. Did I say like? Did I remember to say like? I said like.